At first, I was super nervous to attend an AA meeting, but after I did, I was super relieved, and I think it was a great experience for me. Starting off with a little history regarding Alcoholics Anonymous, it began in 1935 in Ohio, and the creators were Bill W. and Dr. Bob S., and they were both alcoholics previously, which did help them bond. Bill had gotten sober through spiritual influence, and Bob was influenced after meeting Bill to then sober up as well. With this domino effect, they were able to help a patient at Akron City Hospital achieve sobriety, and then from there, that would just be the beginning of AA. In 1935, in New York, a second group was formed, and then in 1939, in Cleveland as well. Then in about 4 years, there would be about 100 alcoholics who had also reached sobriety from these groups. In that same year, 1935, a textbook was published regarding AA. In this textbook, it included the philosophy and the methods regarding how these groups ran, along with their purpose and how they were going to get there. And as quoted from the article that I had found online, the core of work there is known as the 12 Steps of Recovery. But this was only the beginning for them. As of now, AA can be found in about 180 nations worldwide. Alcoholics Anonymous is for those who are struggling with alcohol, and their mission is to help bring those together so that they can support each other as they are going through similar problems, and they can feel a little less alone while going through it and working towards recovery. Their purpose is, again, to create a safe space so that everyone can share their stories along with relating to others, which can help them cope. The meeting that I attended was on Zoom, and it operated very smoothly. One person spoke at a time, and to raise your hand, we used the little hand signal on Zoom, and that worked perfectly. Everyone was super respectful, and only one person talked at a time. Everyone was very empathetic and understanding and very respectful. The environment was just very calm and very welcoming. There would also be light-hearted moments as well, which I loved. I think for me, it eased my nervousness when there was a little laugh or many smiles that happened. I was super nervous at first, but that did help me kind of calm down and just feel more welcome, as if I belong there. I was very nervous going into this, but again, I was pleasantly surprised and I was done. I was nervous that I would not fit in, as I am not a recovering alcoholic and I have not struggled with my sobriety. But I did feel comfortable and welcome. It took me about 10 minutes to kind of warm up and just shake all the nerves off. Even though we were over Zoom, I still felt that warmth and the welcomeness. I wasn't sure if it would be as sincere, but I feel like I was able to make connections with the people there, which was also nice. I felt it on a very personal level, even though I was going through a computer screen. There was also no pressure for me to talk, as I just attended and I just listened. What stood out to me was just how easy it was. I remember reading an article a while ago saying AA isn't what everyone thinks it is. It's not super serious and you don't just sit there and listen. It was very just easygoing. As stated in our textbook, a major criticism of AA and other 12-step groups is their refusal to change with the times, and that is from Warmer, page 73. I personally did not find that to be the case in my group specifically. Just starting with the fact that we were able to meet over Zoom instead of in person is very convenient. And I felt as though the issues that were talked about by the people and the solutions were very modern and very much up with today. Overall, I found this experience pretty amazing. This isn't anything that I would have done on my own time, as I'm not one that had struggled before, but because of this class, I was able to step out of my comfort zone and do something that I wouldn't have normally done. For me, it was a very eye-opening experience. I feel as though it's one thing to read the articles from class and watch the videos from class of those struggling with any type of substance abuse or alcohol, but I found it so different to be live in a class, like in a group, and listen to real people and hear their struggles and how they were able to overcome it, and just watch a group come together. It's great to know that resources like this exist, especially online, as some people have super busy schedules, and when I was looking for a meeting, there were so many different times to pick from, along with different specific groups for those struggling with certain things, or if they had kids or anything like that, or family members that were struggling. Overall, I would say this experience was great for my character development, along with giving me a little taste of what this field will have for me going in as a social worker.